live commentary. Today we are going to be watching ASOIAF World Cup Round 4. These are the two people that are currently 4-0 in the competition. So basically, the winner of this match will clearly go on to be basically at like the highest spot, and I think will be guaranteed basically a top 16 spot. Over on our left, we have Claw, who plays Night Watch, and over on the right, we have Lord Commander Bob, who plays Stark. Wherever you are, if you're watching this, whether in YouTube, live in Twitch right now, or even in Twitch VOD, welcome. My name is Van. I'm from wargames.id. I'll be your host for today. And I will be joined today by someone who you might have known by the voice, by the looks, and even by the name. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, it's Brett.
Wow, that's just like a very simple and short introduction.
It is Brett Landford, the guy with the reputation of dice juju and things of this nature. But it's really good to be on this stream. I'm pretty excited, and I hope that after watching my game that you commentated last week, I really hope that we get another situation so that I can hear this epic laugh that you had at the end of our game.
So I heard that you're right now part of the Losers Club.
Yes, I am. Yeah, yep. That loss last week, it's put me in a spot in the World Cup, puts me to 2-1. As you mentioned, these guys they're actually both 3-0. So 4-1 guarantees you a spot. So whoever wins this game can kind of take a deep breath and relax a little bit, because even if they drop their last game, they are guaranteed a spot. So another interesting thing.
So people watching this stream expecting some high quality, even I don't know what these players' scores are.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, surely these are the quality of, things. Why is my thing upside down? All right. Surely people are here watching this expecting to, why is this the other way around? All right. There you go. All right. So before we talk about the game, I think these players are still setting up. I think it's a good time to sort of talk about the list that the two players decide to bring in today's fight. So Claw is a local player here in Indonesia. He's bringing his trusty Night's Watch. It's his only he's only like a Night's Watch player. He has been playing Night's Watch since basically the start of the game, and up until now he's just
hey guys, we have to restart. He has to host.
Oh, okay.
He's having issues connecting, so
yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just keep on rolling then. I'll just swap out the screen a bit. It's okay. So basically, we got here, the lists are two lists. We got Jeor, which is a very unorthodox list. He brought a conscript with Jeor, Swornbro with Jon Snow, with Ghost, two Watch Marshals, and a Sworn Brother with Brienne, Maiden of Tart, Donal Noy, Lord Varys, and Craster. And over on the second list that he brought Alistair List inside a unit of crossbow, a Ranger Tracker with Watch Marshal, triple conscripts, Alder Ray, Varys, and Aemon. I think just straight off the bat, I think he's just going to be using his Jeor list. Jeor in conscript is a very tough unit to break. He's basically having his vows activated at all times, and the healing from conscript will enable a lot of plays here from Jeor. What do you think?
To be honest, when they dropped the Jeor, the updated Jeor that we have now, I had written an article. I can't remember if it was an article or if I had mentioned it on Small Council Radio, but I had said some time ago that Jeor and conscripts, the commander, is actually not a bad unit. It's one of those units that looks on paper like they're going to be pretty easy to kill, but with the conscripts basically being an effective morale 6, that's immediately reducing some of the panic damage that they take. And then with their healing, and as you mentioned, 2 vows at any time, and you always control the effects. This unit is misleadingly more defensive and tanky than what you think, and it's only 4 points. So for 4 points, this conscripts with Jeor unit is probably the best 4-point unit on the field. They remind me kind of like Poor Fellows, just how resilient they are, and then backed with these Night's Watch cards and the flexibility of Jeor, this unit is surprisingly tanky. And then that opens your possibilities up to fill in your list with some more elite stuff. I actually really like the concept behind his list. The kind of Death Star thing going on with Sworn Brothers with Lord Snow, arguably the most offensive unit in the game, starting with 10 attack dice, critical blows, sundering. And then it's backed up by Brienne in Sworn Brothers, again, playing off of that morale boost. They become misleadingly defensive with that effective morale 4. But more importantly, when he uses Brienne's Vow, and with the ability of Night's Watch to get across the board with these Watch Marshals and with Watcher on the Wall, that unit has a very good chance of getting to its targeted unit that Brienne has challenged. And it's going to get really, really nasty from there, hitting on 2s with 10 attack dice. Both of these Sworn Brother units can essentially blow up any unit in the game. So it's very, very dangerous. Both of these units are very, very powerful. And when combined with the Night's Watch deck and Jor's Auto Pass Panic card, Bob's going to have to be really, really careful about choosing his engagements and not falling into the trap of thinking that he can just kind of one-shot these units or even two-turn these units, because it might not be possible. So it's going to be interesting to see it.
So 100% JR is going to be the list bringing by Claw here?
I think so. The Alistar list is a strong list, but the big thing is, the biggest drawbacks of the list that Claw is running is Walder Frey. Walder Frey turning those conscripts back into just crappy recruits with their baseline stats is so scary, because then your commander is in a spot to just be blown up, just like a regular 4-point unit. I feel like Jor makes them maybe a 7-point unit, and Walder being able to flip them back to a 4-point unit is huge. Right. Additionally, shutting off Lord Snow could be big, but Bob doesn't have Walder, so I think it's all in for Jor.
So let's check out Bob's list. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. Starting with his Howland list, this is it's kind of a spin on your traditional Larks, Ariakas, these renowned Stark players. It's a take on their Howland list. It's got Stark Sworn Swords, just a naked unit, one of the best 5-point units in the game. They do everything, just pretty much average defense, but with Stark Fury, their offense allows them to punch higher than their class. You've got the Stark Bowman with Mira Reed. This is just kind of an all-purpose zone control unit. You've got the traps. You've got the bows that can shoot over anything. Berserkers with Bran and Hodor. This is no surprise to anybody who watches games. One of the more potent units available to the Starks. Super fast, and then surprisingly defensive with Hodor's Order. Stormcrow Mercenaries with Rickon, another unit that you've seen. Everybody knows 5 points for 2 activations. And the Stormcrow Mercenaries attacking off the bag can be a little bit misleading with how much damage they can do. And then he's actually opted for just a regular unit of Berserkers. Typically you see Outriders in this type of list, but Bob is kind of shoring up his morale and giving another really scary threat. And then he's got Howland Reed, Sansa, and Lord Varys.
Yep.
Not opting for Walder in this matchup, but playing Varys in order to be able to deal with this mirror match. Typically, you see Howland with Walder. He's got Varys to counter Walder. So
I think
interesting take.
I think both player has picked their match, and then we'll see like what they actually roll. Let's basically close this window for a bit, and let's see what the players roll. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay.
What's the password to get in?
The watch.
The watch.
Yeah, as in THE watch.
Okay.
So outside of
Probably
everyone's expectation, Claw is bringing Alistair. Haha.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Bob is bringing Howland for sure. All right, this is interesting. All right, so we'll talk a bit about the new scenario, Feast for Crows. The new scenario, Feast for Crows, is basically deployment is 10 inches. You still got the 2 corpse piles, basically, and place 1 objective token at short range from each flank table. And basically now there are assign 1 random objective card to each objective token at the start of the game or when it's placed. The effect is linked to that objective. Its place is on. And a unit ending a move with any part of its tray on an objective token claims it. Place that token on the unit's tray to show that it has claim. It's now controlling. May control only 1 at a time. And basically, if a unit holding an objective token fails a panic test or is destroyed, one enemy unit claims it, or that is engaged with claims it. If there was no enemy engaged within that unit, you put it within 2 inches of the unit's stray. And then the last bit is after completing a melee attack on a unit controlling an objective, if the attacker has more remaining ranks than the defender, they claim the objective token on it. If there are less than 4 corpse pile, every time an infantry unit is destroyed, you get another corpse pile, and you get also an objective token on top of that corpse pile. Beginning on round 2, each player scores 1 victory point for each objective they control at the end of each round, and controlled by your army's commander grants +1 victory point. So immediately there is already an inherent disadvantage with the Howland list because he's not running any field commanders.
Correct. Yeah, you won't be able to get that bonus. Scoring 2 points around, obviously, this can add up very, very quickly. This is definitely an interesting choice from Claw. It's not what I would have expected, but I do see the potential and the power of this combination. Alistair's cards are just nasty. And this unit, the trackers with the Watch Marshal, they actually have a chance to one-turn these Berserkers. Really, any of Bob's units are in danger of being one-turned by this single unit. So this is interesting. I'm gonna kind of hold my breath and wait to see if we see some stakes come down. A strategy that you've seen from the Free Folk, there they are, is killing
your own dogs.
A unit that doesn't, killing a unit that doesn't matter, like the conscripts that don't give up points, and putting an objective pile close to your own lines. And in this case, he could put Alistair on this objective and kind of put Alistair back behind his lines to score 2 points. And as you mentioned, in this match, Bob has no way to score 2 points. So Alistair could kind of chill near his own deployment zone, rack up the points, and still threaten.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he deploys, and we'll see if he goes for the play.
That's actually quite interesting because I remember like my match against Larks in one of the tournaments is that I think basically he was also running like a Howland, so I was gaining 2 points compared to his 1, and there was a huge advantage because basically I was gaining 2 points per turn. But also like basically what I like about this scenario is that not only that whenever you lose a unit you gain something, that's also like a bit of a tempo swing because yes, you lose 1 activation, but at the same time you do gain an extra corpse pile in your control, and with those conscript they're basically very sticky. Thanks for the follow. Z4 Carlo ASOIAF stats, not Carlo, I assume, and Zamnas 2500, also known as Deoxys. Thank you for the follow. People in the chat at this today, how are you doing? How's it going? How's it hanging? If you got something to say to Brett, he's listening right over here. So do give him some shout out to Brett here, co-commentating with me. I know that I don't know how to play this game. Like I've been hiding in my cave for a while. Like, what is this World Cup happening? I've just been hiding. Like what is this? What is this World Cup thing? But yeah, I mean, thank God that I have Brett here with me, somebody who actually knows how to play the game.
Stop. We've sparred several times with that. They know better. They're not buying it. Remember, we played this casual OP versus OP match, and when we looked into the chat, we ended up having like 10, 11 people watching our game.
Do you think because of your celebrity value, Brett? Like, I'm sure it's not because of our high-level gameplay. It's because people wanna like watch your games and see like what this guy's deal is.
A lot of luck, sometimes good or bad.
All right, so we need to talk about this. What dice will they pick? Because this is very important, right? I mean, for you, it's important that you need to pick the proper skin for the dice. Like, this is a part of the game that's huge in TTS. You need to pick a dice. So what do you think? Like,
exactly.
This guy should pick the dice.
Looks like Claw's just going with the standard Night's Watch dice.
I'm gonna tell him to like use the dice. Anyway, if a bartender is watching, can I get like a wargames.id dice so I can like actually put like my dice in there?
Exactly, because if you put Wargames ID dice, I might roll those the next time. The dice juju is a real thing. I swap which community dice I represent. I've run Tabletop Warden, a Song of Ice and Fire stats, and the traditional CMON dice so far in this tournament. So in round 4, who will I run? if Bartender, this is my promise, if Bartender gets War Games ID dice in here, I will roll War Games ID dice on Saturday when I play Ariakis. So if Bartender's listening, let's get those dice, and I'll see how they work for me. Bob is, of course, using the Sunday Slaughter dice to represent his boy Chris. So yeah. Do you think Bob's afraid of ranged attacks? He's dropped 2 forests.
Yeah, from oh wow, I just realized that there's like wait, 1 forest? I see only 1 forest. Oh, it is 2 forests. Wow.
Yeah. Yep, a very, very good choice for Bob, I think. His archers don't care what terrain piece is down. If he can use this terrain to his advantage and give these crossbowmen a -1 to hit, that takes some of the damage away from them. But we're seeing some really precise
they got
terrain dropping here. So
I mean, that's one part of TTS, right? You mark everything down to like the the millimeter, because basically like everything is very precise. That's just the nature of TTS in general. I mean, if you're in real life playing, you don't really care about these minute details. But I guess these 2 players have a lot of stake in this competition. And like you said, if they basically already won like their 4th match, they're definitely guaranteed a spot in the top 16. And you do want to finish up top, because it's a cool thing, and people will respect definitely if you score first in the pool.
Yep. And everybody in the NA side just can't wait to get a seat to play you Euro guys.
Oh yeah,
I guess your club is in with the NA guys, but that's more or less probably a numbers thing. But just think, your reward for doing well in this is you get to go into a bracket with guys like Larks, Rossi, Forioku. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the NA players. We have some really strong players too. Just typically, when there's worldwide meta, you typically see the Euro guys finishing really strong. And I'm sure Carlo can support that. We talked about it on stats. Carlo is definitely Team Euro all the way. So we'll see how it goes.
He's as British as you gets, right? He gets pissed off like randomly. He's very bitter about everything. Yeah, I mean, he's just the archetypical British.
We all love Carlo. It's brutal honesty, and that's fine. Sometimes people need this in their lives. I know I do. I love having private conversations with Carlo and Mickey, and just listening to them go
conversation.
on.
What is this? Some bromance between the States guys and the US guys? You guys are not doing any collision between NA and you, are you?
Hey, I have a bromance with so many people. I hope George isn't listening. He might be offended. I'm still trying to decide my relationship.
I thought that you got an OTP happening there with George. Like, I hate to break it to you, but apparently George is not the only one. Wow. You heard it here first, guys.
Well, yeah, we were talking with Carlo and trying to decide if George knows that I do this open relationship or not. So just a little awkward shout to George. Is he in the chat? Is he watching the game?
I can check, but I don't think so. So hi there. Elite Teddy here says that Larks has a real shot of not making it to the finals. He has a tough matchup this round. I don't even pay attention to who Lark is facing. Who's he facing in the next round there, Teddy? Maybe I can check.
Just a really quick note as far as the state of the table. Bob needs to be a little bit careful with how close he's getting his dog. There he goes. Okay. Yeah, putting the dog that close to the board, you can end up in a spot where the dog can't really pivot and march the way you want him to if you put this dog too close to the wall. So he's corrected it, but just a little side note there. But
I do need to check a bit about the objective. So on the left we got weaken while controlling, and on the right we got +1 card while controlling. So
this one's big.
Yeah, this one's
big.
Very powerful. So I'm assuming...
You don't draw the card when you claim it anymore, so there's no more cheeky dog shuffle to fill your hand. But either one of these guys, their army really, really, really takes off once they start to get their cards. With Claw not having Bow and Marsh or Craster to get these cards, this could be really key for him to start this Vow deck off. And then Bob, of course, Starks live and die by their cards. So be interesting to see if this ends up being like a bait and kind of a trap situation, because it's so tempting. But we'll see if either one of them are willing to go for it.
But I think what's also interesting is that they have to. Bob also has to be careful about one of Alistair's card. The one that what's it called? The pathetic attempt.
Pathetic attempt.
Yeah, if he charges like, for example, like just charging in like a unit of trackers there with a dog, and then he gets like a pathetic attempt, he just explodes.
Dead. Yep, it's something you've got to be very, very aware of. And I know that Bob has played Alistair, but we'll see if the tedious grind of the game makes him mentally slip for a second, because that's a very good point. If you charge a wolf into something and you don't play Winter is Coming, you are definitely at risk for getting a pathetic attempt. And unless they are down to their very last rank, you're just dead. If they've got one rank past the first, it's D3 plus ranks remaining after the first, wouldn't even require the roll. So it'd be interesting to see that. Alistair has nasty, nasty, nasty cards, of course, as we all know. And Pathetic Attempt is just one of them. Also remembering that Pathetic Attempt can trigger off of a bowman shot. So this could be a situation where he baits a shot from the bows into one of these units and plays like a Shield of the Realms of Men, just to be sure that he doesn't lose a rank, and then he can do those auto wounds to the bows.
Yeah, I think I remember
a really tough spot.
Yeah, I think I almost caught that play. I think in one of the tournaments against like a French player. He played shield to kill my mountain at rights, but luckily he didn't have any shield ready, so he didn't get to kill my mountain at rights. But it is always a threat that I only realized that he had after the game, and he was like, "Oh, lucky for you, I didn't draw my shield." But yeah, I mean, Alistair does have a lot of defensive. Well, not exactly defensive cards, but more like retribution cards to sort of punish weak attacks. And we'll see this basically in the list of Bob's list. We got a Stormcrow Mercenary, which practically does nothing in this game. It's just a carrier for it's just a 5.2 activation. We got a vanilla Sworn Sword. We got one Berserker. We got two Berserkers. These are basically going to be the ones killing the conscript if they don't get like shot by the ranger trackers with Watch Marshal. And the bowman there will also like deal a bit in how managing the movement of these the ghost as well as the ranger trackers. I'm curious to see which unit Brienne will oat. What do you think?
Which unit is Brienne going to challenge?
Yes.
He should have already done that at deployment. This happens before you deploy, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting that we didn't see Bob change the color of a tray to note which unit is marked by Brienne. It might be something we have to ask them, because it would be nice to have that information to kind of know why Bob might be playing a particular way to dodge Brienne.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's no Brienne in this list. What are we on about?
We are on about something that doesn't even exist. Never mind.
Never mind. It's just triple conscripts, dude. Like conscript.
Yeah, you've got conscripts and two misleadingly deadly ranged units, right? So keeping in mind Alistair's Prey on the Weak does work on the crossbowman.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got ways to set this up to be something like 9 dice hitting on 2s when they're on their last rank. Bob's got to be really careful with these Berserkers. Even with the 7 dice hitting on 2s, if he's down to last rank or even 5 or 6 guys, and as we know, Berserkers die very easily, the crossbows can just so easily finish them off. So
Kilja here showing the hatred towards Stark. Filthy Starks. I really hope Nightwatch can pull this off. Well, I mean, I like to be. I hope that I can be neutral in this type of gameplay, but I am rooting for my boy Claw. I know Brett here is rooting for his boy Bob as well. So we're gonna have very, very unbiased commentary here. Totally unbiased.
So the interesting thing, Claw put the stakes down. Do you think that this was a kind of a diversion tactic?
He hasn't deployed the ghost. Oh yeah, there's no ghost. Never mind. What am I saying? Yeah.
Yeah, he's just completely moved away from that side. So I don't think we're going to see conscripts suiciding on the stakes. He's gone for a flank denial deployment, and he's got everything loaded up on this one side. And he's got Alistair in position to come up and take this token. But he's abandoned this side, so Bob's got the opportunity to potentially send this dog up here and sit on this objective uncontested.
Oh, and we're seeing the game already started.
Yep.
So turn one, I think Bob won the roll off and basically decides to go first.
Depending on Varus roll, this dog's dead, right? So we know about the Walder 2 turn.
Mhm.
If Bob can't stop Walder with Varus, since Claw's going first in next round, if he sticks a
I need
wound
to
on him,
zoom out slightly to check out the condition of the orders. I think, so Claw's not using the Varus here on the first letter, it seems.
nope,
But
I didn't see a dice roll. So
Yep.
staying pretty disciplined, saving these Varus orders for a key moment.
Mhm.
And
So
we've
now
seen
we're
a
seeing
panic
Claw
token go.
activating the Varus. Is it going to be Varus as well? Turn one. He's baiting it. Are you gonna Varus? Are you gonna Varus?
Yeah, I would be very surprised if Bob called out a Varus token here. I think you're going to see Bob use Varus when he activates Walder to try to stop Walder's ability.
To prevent this
he
2 turn.
used
He's using
the
a Varus.
Varus token. We're gonna see the first Varus roll of the game with the Sunny Slaughter dice. We'll see how it goes. Whoop! All right. Well, it is
It was a 1. It bounced. Did you see that?
So he did cancel
Okay.
most likely the zone. So no healing off. Oh, no, he's blocking off the. He's blocking off the NCU because we see the condition token being removed.
So he's chosen to cancel his Varus. That's a good play later on in the game if you've got like a sudden charge in your hand. So maybe Bob has a sudden charge.
Yeah, but like, so just to answer our Deep Maths question here in the chat, we got weaken while controlling on the left. While controlling this objective, when this unit is performing a melee attack before resolving an attack, the defender becomes weakened. And then over on the right is +1 card while controlling. While you control this objective, you gain +1 tactics hand size and draw +1 card when refilling your hand. But I think like I don't, because both player has 3 NCUs. Okay, this is going to be an important dice roll because Walder is now being activated. So if this fails, and it does fail. Ooh. So 1 dog being wounded.
Oh, yep.
All right, one
That's
more.
yep. So now Bob has no choice if he doesn't want to lose this dog, but to spend his 3rd Varus token. So
Yep.
very, very interesting choice to shut off Varus this round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I know, it's just me, probably, like, it's a bit weird turning off Varus when you see no avenues of, like, plays. Because, like, okay, what you're gonna do? You're activating your Varus, and then, like, you're gonna take Horse. But, I don't know, I just find it a bit strange that he decides to turn off Varus, like, around 1, when he would most likely do nothing on the board. Like, that play would have sort of make sense if he's, like, going second, on the second turn. Because it allows to basically like shut off. You did mention about sudden charge, which is a possibility, but again, both player has 3 NCUs, so the chances of having
you'd
0.
You'd have to see Bob park an NCU on the board, and he could be baiting out for a sudden charge. But I just don't see a lot of benefit to if he's got a sudden charge and that's the play that he wants to make, he's going to be way overextending one of these units. I just don't see that as a valid play right now. He could do it, but I'm not sure that would be the best thing to do.
Well,
I think Bob's got to.
There is sort of a Jabati move where you sort of aim the dog to suicide into the palisade, the stakes next turn, to trigger like North Remembers, but like.
Right.
Yeah, but like I mean, well, next turn, there, like I said, he has to activate. Claw will activate Walder first. And then he has to sort of no choice but to turn off Walter. So then Claw can take his dibs on like Letter, or basically just to block off the healing, so that the dog basically is in a position to give up 1 VP when he decides to do it. But yeah, right now we're just seeing basically action on the tactics board. Nothing too interesting at the round 1 here, so you can probably talk a bit something outside of the game. So fun trivia. I'm gonna give you 1 fun trivia about Claw. So
okay.
So do you know why his name is Claw with the caps with the large caps lock on C and L?
I do not.
All right. So Claw, it's not actually like the claw, the beast claw or something. It stands for Cannibal Lawyer.
So he's a lawyer.
So yes, he's a lawyer. He's also a cannibal. Let me give you a bit of backstory. So, so Claw belongs to this sort of ethnicity group here in Indonesia called Batak. Batak, up until like the 70s, were famous for basically eating people. It's part of their tribal culture, etc. So it's not like famous, but it's like part of like the indigenous Batak tribe. But basically, one of the stereotypes we have for these people are they're basically all cannibals. So, he embraced the identity, so he called himself Cannibal Lawyer.
I like it.
So be careful if you lose to him, or he made a joke one time. I'm hoping it was a joke because he was sounding serious about it. He said, "Fun, I lost to you in this tournament. That's fine, but next time I'm gonna eat you so I get your skills." And I'm like, hold on. So basically, the tradition is that you eat your enemy to absorb their skills.
Mm-hmm.
So in his view, if he eats me, he gets my skill at playing Sif. But I'm bad at Sif now, so I don't think he wants to still eat me. And this is in the literal meaning of the word, yeah, not like some weird connotation. It's literal eat. So yeah, there you go. That's the origin of Claw's name. Some trivia here for people listening. So yeah, be careful.
I would have never guessed that.
But yeah, round one for me is just people moving up. There will be some actions on the NCU board. I see Bob here not deciding to play out his second NCU. Like you mentioned earlier, he might be trying to sudden charging his way in.
Yep, he's even moved Sansa to the board and not claimed his own.
Yeah, so that's definitely like an interesting play, because then he can sort of like last activation activate his NCU and then like bait out a sudden charge. He did sort of block Varys, and I think it's part of this reason that he wants to block Varys is because he 100% has sudden charge in his hand.
I'm thinking so. Yeah, there was no other reason to block the charge, and he's doing some measuring over here. This could be because he's now Claw's left Aemon off the board as well, so that Bob can't move these bowmen up and get a really easy shot. Because if Bob moves the bowmen up, then Claw can just go and take the sword, so that he can't do that. Or he could wait for this attack and heal them by putting Aemon on the crown or something like this. So they both got some flexibility. With Bob going first, I think we've got 8 activations to Bob's 10, so Bob will still get the last turn.
Yep, especially, the activation difference is quite stark in this regards. I think Bob has 10, right?
Yeah, Bob's starting off with 10.
Yeah, 10 versus 8, yeah. So, and even Bob starts first, he will still has the final activation, and, like you mentioned, he will just bait out the last NCU activation and then, like, aim for a sudden charge. So Claw needs to be really, really careful here where he puts his Alistair especially, because basically what Bob can do is he can just, like, for example, march up his berserkers and just sudden charge right there. So that's something that needs to be careful.
Well, I think Claw claimed the horse, so.
Well, yes, but like the thing is, the threat is always there, right? Rolling a dice.
No, I agree. I was just thinking for the dev impact combo, Bob's not got a guaranteed 6, so that helps a little bit.
So yeah, still round one. I think the thing that we have to look out here in the game is that the positioning of these units are a bit precarious at the moment, because the play is telegraphing a sudden charge. But that's why these people are sort of moving their units in a very sort of slow way, because aiming the do I want to charge you, do I not want to charge you, etc. would be something that is interesting. So yeah, we'll see if Claw falls up to that trap. I don't think Alistair has any way to sort of play around the sudden charge. Yeah, he just takes it face on and just take it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he puts himself in position, knowing the state of the board, I still think Bob has to be careful, particularly with him with Claw getting the first turn, and Bob has to stop Varys unless he wants to lose a dog. Or I'm sorry, Bob has to stop Walder unless he wants to use a dog. If Claw's putting himself in range to be charged, now obviously Claw knows the game, so he knows what cards Bob could have. He knows what potential he has. It could be a trap. So I think Bob needs to be a little bit cautious with what he's doing. And as I mentioned before, you don't want to YOLO one of these units out there and put them in a compromised position, because he's got so much one-turn potential with these Ranger trackers. It could be a really dangerous situation for him.
Mm-hmm. So people in the chat tonight, we have 12 viewers in the chat. How are you guys this is evening here currently in Jakarta. I know it is still 8 a.m. in the morning in the States, and I think approximately around midday in UK. In Australia, we got Semnas in the chat here. I think in Australia it's almost midnight, 11:08. But how's people's day been today? How's it going? Been all right? Feeling good? It's midnight here. Yeah. Well, you live in the future, Deoxys. Like basically Australia is living in the future, but yeah. Indonesia also technically lives in the future, but States lives in the past. Like you guys are like one day before us, 12 hours behind. Pshaw. Just wait till we get the NZL player. No, like you need to get the Oceania player. We might have some people playing in Vanuatu. You don't know that. Or in one of these islands in Oceania. They might be like playing TTS. We don't know. So how's your day looking like, Brett?
Well, my kids are getting ready for school. My wife's awake. She's down here doing some dishes and stuff. But I do have to go to work shortly after this, so this is kind of just my warm up before a long work day. I got up pretty early for you guys, so I hope you can appreciate that. And I'll have to scold Bob for this later for scheduling his game so early.
We're gonna be streaming also later on later on, and I think 12 hours from now, 11 hours. We're gonna be streaming Top Hallmark versus RD Matt 91. Mother of Dragon versus Baratheon. I think the schedule is playing, I think 7 p.m. for you guys tonight. So do check it out. It's going to be an interesting match. I know Carlos says that this is a matchup that that Top Helmut cannot lose because he's running Mother of Dragons. But Ray has got some tricks up his sleeve. So we'll have to see about this match. Don't count up Baratheon out yet. Ray has fought against a Stark, an FF, and he has won both of those matches. So yeah, don't count that one out yet. That'll be an interesting match in 12 hours from now. So we'll let you know if we're alive. We're live at that time. So yeah, we're still seeing basically movement here.
I'm really looking forward to Ray's match. I'm interested to see what he can make happen for Mother of Dragons. Well, I'd have to go look.
Yeah, no, not much. Well, I'm not gonna say anything about his training, but basically he does have some interesting things going ahead. We'll have to see during the matchup because I think it will be very, very interesting. I'm honestly looking forward to it because I'm seeing that it's going to be very interesting regardless. No, Teddy, the trick up his sleeve is not a Stark list, but he might reveal he did almost pull off the secret win con of ASOIAF in the last matchup. He played one stacks with to full effect. If he played both stacks with during that game against Brett, he would have won that immediately. You would have conceded, right, Brett? Like on the spot.
Absolutely.
Like two stacks with the way that people intended to play this game, amazing.
Yeah, Stag's Wit was it was not the play I was expecting. I was expecting maybe a Stag's Resilience or something like this. I was ready for that. And when he played Stag's Wit, not only did he play Stag's Wit, he actually made it work, because I saved this vulnerable token for when I just made a regular melee attack, because I would have had my Sundering back, which I forfeited by crossing over the stakes. So not only did he take my poor vulnerable token away, but he used it against me. So just exactly the way the card was meant to be played.
Yeah, the secret win con, as I've been saying.
Yeah, I think that's what shook me. I think as soon as he played Stag's Wit, he just got right inside my head, and that was the exact moment in the game when I got tilted. Was when I got Stag's Witted. Just could not believe this. I think to be honest, I have had that card played on me twice. Both were in tournaments, and it was Claw, and I think it was Colin Cleosis
We're
that
seeing a
played it the other time.
panic test here. Oh,
That's a fail.
first casualty of the game goes to the mercenaries. Oh no,
Yep, and it looks like
Sunday Bowman. Ooh, 4.
oh
Ouch.
no,
That's
and
a lot of
4
damage.
at that.
Painful.
Yep. Immediately now, Alistair shooting in the battle of the bows. Alistair has the upper hand. He's now hitting on 2s if he targets Mira.
Rossi 1985 is now following. Welcome to the stream, Rossi. Seems like you also have a very interesting couple of matches going on ahead. How's it going? But yeah, first casualty of the game here. We see 4 archers just melted because of the panic test from the crown zone. But the play of the sudden charge is still alive and well. But I think Claw has positioned himself so he's not going to get charged via sudden charge. But I think he has one activation left, which is the horses. So we'll have to see where they're positioned. But I don't think we'll see a sudden charge, at least not this round.
I don't think so. He's gotten out of the range of the bows, so the swords with the bow shot isn't on the table. And I think, just like you said, he's pretty well out of range of any sudden charge. But the only target currently is conscripts. And I could be wrong. There might be space for him to fit into these bows, but he doesn't have anything that can really go reach them right now. So very good. I would call this first round a pretty big win for Claw, because he's burned 2 Varus orders already, has to spend a 3rd Varus order if he wants to keep his dog.
He should.
And he's taken a whole rank off of the bowman. So he's caused 5 wounds to Bob's 0, and that's pretty solid for first round. I don't think we're going to see any engagement, so taking 5 wounds just with the tactics board is a pretty big win.
So we got Chris here in the chat saying 1985. Jesus, Brett, I'm even older than Rossi.
Yeah, we were talking about you. This is Sunday Slaughter, Chris.
Yep, this is Sunday Slaughter, Chris.
I wonder if his ears were burning because we were just talking about this before the stream. I think we're learning some of the power of Sunday Slaughter. Not only fantastic battle reports, but now he's able to know exactly what conversations we were having.
Yeah, I know. And he even mentions he's older than Rossi. Wow, did he put some bugs on you or something, Brett? You need to check out what's underneath your bed, man. He might have bugs placed in you.
Well, with the amount of technology that he has, I'm starting to wonder if he's got a bug on my phone. Chris is a pretty tech savvy dude, so he's just listening to my conversations, I guess.
Well, to be fair, you are not the most tech savviest person that we have right here, so you might just install something that you don't even know.
Yeah, I'm actually one of the worst. So, funny fact, Chris was calling me out for this. When we did this Sunday Slaughter podcast, he was making fun of me, taking some jabs at me, but he brought it up that I play TTS off of a laptop, and I actually I don't use a mouse. I use I don't even remember what it's called. Basically the pad where you use your finger and you've got a left and right clicker. Don't even use a mouse.
Oh my God, really? Oh my God.
That's how bad I am. Yep.
Nah, basically, I think we were just talking about because Brett was it's a trackpad, Brett. Now, because Brett was very surprised at how young I looked, so I just said to him it's just Asians, right? And then he was saying, yeah, I mean, Chris, he's way older than all of us, and he still looks very young, and that's exactly how the conversation went, Chris. So yeah.
Actually, now I'm thinking you said something about. You and your guy Claw being cannibals. Now, isn't there some merit to cannibals believing that eating other people makes you younger as well? You absorb their life energy. So now you look really young. So are you sure that you're not a cannibal as well?
I'm from a different island. Let's just say it. Let's just say that.
Fair enough.
I'm from the largest island. Well, not exactly the largest island, but the most populous island. But yeah, it's from a different island. Don't worry about it. We people here are we're very polite here in Java, the island of Java. We're very polite. So yeah, no eating people here. Don't worry.
Well, I don't think Claw's very polite because he managed to do all of this stuff, and Bob just plopped down onto the swords and did absolutely nothing.
All
So
right. Oh, it is
he
round two. All
took-
right, we need to. Oh yeah, I forgot that the Oxus is actually like Javanese. Well, he can actually speak Java. That's interesting.
Interesting. A little bit of sportsmanship from Claw, letting Bob maneuver his bowman up after the fact. It looks like.
All right, so now it's now round two. All right, as we called it out, Walder is first to go, and it's going to force a Varys token. We'll have to see whether the 66% succeeds or not. And I think this is going to be also one of the more crucial roles of the game. And what?
Oh no!
No! Rip the
Oh
dog.
no!
Walder Hutabarat
Goodbye,
does it again,
summer.
guys. Walder Hutabarat does it again. The joke is that Hutabarat is a clan name. So Walder Hutabarat, he kills a dog and he will eat them. So yeah, congratulations here for killing the dog. We're gonna have a feast afterwards. But yeah, Maserat is now following. Thanks for the follow.
So Bob's Varys is currently 33%. He's 1 for 3. And the only thing that Varys has succeeded didn't
Was
even
canceling Varys.
The only success was Varysing the other Varys, which did absolutely nothing because of Claw's positioning.
Yep. So we'll see Claw basically using his own Varys token to cancel out the Howland. And we'll see the first roll of the game, and it's canceled. Is he going to cancel the Howland influence, or is he going to cancel the zone?
I'm guessing the zone, because with this maneuver that he let Bob do, the archers are in range to shoot the conscripts. But we'll have to see if the Howland card comes down.
Yep.
Or blocking off the money bag.
Yeah, he needs to heal them up, heal the bowman back up a bit.
Unless he canceled the zone, which he very well could have.
Well, he's thinking.
He's looking at his cards and taking the horse. So
he might have
sudden charge dev impact on the table. Oh, he canceled Howland because he's making a maneuver.
Interesting. I would have probably attempted to cancel the zone instead of the Howland, but I think the -1 to hit on the crossbow might be very painful because it makes them from 3+ into 4+.
Yep, or a 3 back to a 3+ if he's shooting Mira. But yeah, interesting. So no Howland influence, no -1 to hit.
But yeah, I mean, condition of the Varys token, basically for those who just tune in, these are the objectives. The objectives on the left is weaken while controlling. Objective on the right is +1 card while controlling. The condition of the Varys token, Bob has 1 Varys token left, and Claw has 3 Varys token left. The first roll of the game, the first activation, Walder kills off the dog here, so basically putting Claw on 1 VP, and basically that's it for this particular flank. So right now, basically, Bob has no presence on this flank.
I guess Bob didn't take this maneuver. He was just measuring to see where his range was after a shift. So no after the fact maneuver. It looked like that was the case, but I guess they were checking to see if Bob made a shift, how his range was working from that point.
Yep. Chris is saying Bob has to alter his gameplay for losing the dog here. Yeah, losing a dog, especially when the dog is the only thing that's contesting that flank, will throw a wrench at your plan. I think I can't tell whose Varys this is, but I think this is Claw's Varys. So I think he just took the money bag here and just to block off that and heal out the panic token. So he's gonna activate Sansa now, which will probably trigger a reaction from Claw here, where he wants to use his second Varys token. But by the looks of it, he is probably declining that exchange. So
he's Bob's in the tank a little bit, thinking about what he wants to do. Looks like he's taking the crowns. A little intimidated by that crown zap, maybe.
Yep. He's gonna crown zap.
Gonna go for the Ranger trackers. Reasonable target there.
So
that keeping in mind with Claw on the money bags.
Yeah, but also the thing is that he has aim on, so he can heal off 1 of that wound.
Yeah, he'll be able to heal 1 back,
and he's just going to do exactly that. But no benefit to the sword because I don't think any unit is in range.
Nope.
No.
But he's keeping.
Yep.
So no sudden charge this round either.
Yep. So no sudden charge. Yeah, a bit of a bad luck here, Godfang, but probably should have expected that. Well, yeah, losing a dog quite early at round 2 here is quite painful. But yeah, Bob here just passed with Varys, and I think is going to Claw. So Claw will have to make the first real move of the game of moving his unit forward. This is the typical, you play out your NCU, you play out everything, and then your unit then has to play. This is the part of the
Yes,
part of the game where I call playing the game.
Exactly. Now we get to play the game. Now we get to see what people are thinking. So, interestingly, with this move in round 3, if Bob doesn't kill something, they're kind of even on activations because Bob will be going first. So it'll be 9-8, but with Bob going first, it's a little bit more evened up with the death of this dog. So I'm wondering if Claw is going to continue to play this defensive, safe kind of game here and just pressure Bob into making a mistake, which I think in this round, if Bob alpha strikes these conscripts because he owns the bag, they're going to automatically heal the 3 wounds. I think it could be a little bit of a trap. And then we've got Claw has the letters, the swords.
Yep. I think like.
And what's the other zone he's got? The money bags, right?
Money bag, yes. So you got money bag. Yeah, these are so the black sort of bordered NCU is Claws, and the blue bordered NCU is Bob's.
Gotcha.
So you got
so in terms of ruthless approach, he's looking at -1 to defensive saves, losing all abilities, and -2 attack dice. So we'll see if ruthless play comes into effect here.
That's triggered at the start of the turn, right?
I think it's start of any turn, yes. I would have to look specifically at that trigger, but yeah. So we could see it come down.
Still keeping up with that hand, sort of. Like, we don't know yet what each player has in their hand. I think Claw needs to sort of remove these activation tokens. Because I don't think any of these units have activated. But yeah, other than that, it's fine. I see Bob has activated the Stormcombers and just passing the turn. Or that's a misclick. I'm not sure.
So we've got 5 cards in Claw's hand, and we haven't seen a Horn that wakes the sleepers come out yet.
Mm-hmm. So the conscript is first into the fray here, tanking the Zerkers and the Stark Bowman here. Most likely. Because I think even if Claw loses this. So I think I'm seeing the play here from Claw. He's trying to bait out the conscript to die. Because if the conscript dies, then he gets a corpse pile. And, once he gets a corpse pile, he will put it on the back of his line. And then the Alistair can just basically start farming those VP every turn.
Yep.
And losing the conscript is like 0 VP to begin with. So it's like 0 off loss to the conscript.
Yeah, he's thinking about it because he's going to potentially move himself up into the range of the bowman.
Have no fear.
He looks like he's just going to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
So Claw playing very, very patiently, not putting himself in threat range, which he has the luxury to do, of course, because he's winning in VPs and he's just got to get his commander on VPs to outscore Bob. So Bob's in a spot with making the decision to put the Sworn Swords on this uncontested corpse pile, or if he wants to get the Sworn Swords more involved in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Sworn Sword here on Bob's left and Claw's right. You think he should just grab the objective here at the end of the round, or he just barrel straight down into the conscript?
I think, and I could be wrong, but unless he's got a swift advance, I'm not sure that he can go grab this because they're not set to march onto it, and I can't use the arrow, so he's only got 4 inches basically. Yep. He has to turn around and maneuver into it. Burning a swift advance to grab this token seems like a big waste, like a huge waste. So it looks like Bob has just basically given up on this objective. I don't see him taking it this round.
Yeah, losing the dog, basically, like I said, losing the dog. But I think what one play he can do is he can basically activate Summer and relocate into this flank. So that's one play that he could possibly do.
Yeah, he could relocate, but he's probably basically 2 full rounds away before he can claim it. Even if he moves marches, he's not getting it next round. So it would be round 4 by the time he could put a dog on this token.
Yeah,
so,
but rather than just doing nothing on this flank, right? I mean, this flank is quite hot because you have crossbowmen that can like easily kill this. The Ranger Tracker is still very active at the moment. And
Yep.
right now, I think we're seeing the first card being played, and that would be the, I believe the
Bog Devil
Bog Devil
Ambush.
Ambush. So D3 plus
Uh,
2. Ouch!
Oof, 5 hits.
5. 5 hits at 5 plus.
Yep, no Shield of the Realms of Men for this, obviously, because it's not an attack, so
Alright.
you can't trigger it. Pretty good defensive saves.
Yep, not bad. 3 wounds. So he's right now at 4 wounds, I believe, because he took 2 and then he healed 1.
Correct. Yep.
Cool. So now, basically, Claw has to sort of rethink twice of where he's going to put his Ranger Tracker with the Watch Marshal here. Because if the Swift Advance play is still around, that means that he has to sort of pay attention to an extra 1-inch movement from any of the units presented on the board. So that's something that he needs to be careful of. And I don't know. I find it interesting that he moved his Ranger Trackers first instead of the Conscripts. Because I thought that would be like the last 2 units that he's going to activate, the Crossbowmen and the Ranger Trackers.
Yep. But I think he's got some kind of a plan here. He's got something up his sleeve, surely.
Well, I mean, I think the only 2 things that he might do is expecting either of the Conscript to die, so that he can get like and now his watch is ended, or to get like a very aggressive Watcher on the Wall play, which is also I think Claw is just relocating his Ranger Trackers into the extreme flank here. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, despite Claw's list here looking very squishy, with the 3 Conscripts, the Ranger Trackers, and the Crossbowmen, each of them not having a save better than like a 5+, it's not overly squishy because of the healing factors of the Conscripts here. But one lucky roll from the Sworn Sword or even the Berserkers can just one-shot these guys.
Yeah, it's actually tough to one-shot Conscripts. Assuming Shield of the Realms of Men and things like this. It looks like Claw, I think by this position, judging by his ruler, even with a 6-inch maneuver, Swift Advance, I think these guys are pretty safe for the most part. Actually, I'm wrong. He's like 14 inches away, so he would be in charge range. So, interesting to see what he has in mind with this
Teddy
move.
And Stovetop, as well as Sunday Slaughter. Thank you all for the follows. Hopefully you guys stick around also we have also an upcoming stream in about 10 hours, give or take, 12 hours, give or take. It's going to be Art Deep Mat against Top Halmat, the Baratheon against Dragons. So you don't want to miss that one match, obviously. But yeah, going back to the match, sorry, Brett, you were saying something?
Yeah, just seeing a little bit of this Mexican standoff kind of. Both of them seem pretty hesitant to make a really alpha kind of move. So I think we're just setting up the battle lines, and maybe we'll see some real melee starting in round 3. you can only tiptoe around each other for so long, right?
Yeah, I mean, round 3 is where usually the tempo sword turn comes into play, but Claw does still have the advantage of the Varys token here. He still has 3, while Bob still only has 1. So turn 3 is where a lot of the pain train happen here, because Bob can take the sword, but of course Varys has a real chance of countering that, or he can basically resolve a sudden charge into like Claw's unit, and then basically took the Alpha Strike from there. I don't think Claw has any unit that can survive a 2-shot against any of Bob's unit. Berserker, even at like the first rank is already hitting at 8 dice, and chewing up those conscripts will be a very easy thing to do with the Berserkers. But I think like I'm seeing Claw's battle plan here is just to make a sacrificial play of one of these conscripts to gain the corpse pile. I think that's the play that he wants to. If he loses a unit quite early, he'll get the advantage of taking the corpse pile, and yes, he will be one activation down, but the tempo is there, and because he has a field commander, he can get 2 points per turn. So Bob definitely needs to be careful here where he pulls the trigger, because if he just pulls the trigger quite nilly-willy, he'll get out-tempoed, and in the long run, he will just lose the game.
Yeah, and you've also got keeping in mind that now his watch is ended, could potentially remove Aemon, and then you could see something like a Watcher on the Wall march, and then Amon to the swords to take a shot with the trackers.
And also, Amon's healing is also very important because he can
Yeah.
heal off the damage that he takes. I mean, say like Bob takes the sword and then fires into the unit, and then Claw can just take money back with Amon and potentially heal off like a big 4 or 5 wounds.
So he's picked up this corpse pile with his conscripts.
Interesting, of course. Eventually, like unit will have to move. Carlos saying that, oof, Brett calling them both out as betas, too scared to make an alpha move. All right, we're gonna
I
do
wouldn't
some
say
bit of.
scared. I think that
I'm just
think
gonna do
they
a little bit
respect
of
each
left
other's
to right
armies.
scrolling here because people want to see what the units are. So why don't you pick it up?
Sure. What units are what?
So we
Sure.
got
We've
conscripts
got,
here. We got crossbowmen with Alistair. We got Summer. We got Stormcrow mercenaries right there. We got a bowman with Mira. We got berserkers with what's his face, Brandon Hodor. We got 2 conscripts.
Brandon Hodor.
This is an unloaded berserkers because they're just blocks, and then we got Sword over there. So that's the unit.
And then this is the scary unit, right? This is one of the currently one of the scarier units in the game. The trackers with the Watch Marshal attachment. Potential to double tap. Start to see some vulnerable tokens come down when they get in long range. So this unit for me is very, very, very scary, and he's playing very patiently with them. So
yeah, I'm actually very curious because Claw did not bring his Geor into the matchup as I would have expected. He decided to bring basically the shooty list with Alistair and the conscripts.
Yeah, because I think the concern with the Jur list, we've seen what Bog Devil Ambush does to other Dire Wolves, and they save on a 3+. Bog Devil Ambush on solo Watch Marshals, on an average roll, they should die. So if you assume a 2 on the D3 and half of the defensive saves, 4 hits, they should just pop. So I think it's a little bit scary. I know it would be for me. I really, really don't like Bog Devil Ambush. It's such a potent card against certain things. Baratheons don't have to worry too much about their solos having a 2+ defensive save, but the Dire Wolves and the Watch Marshals are definitely at risk against that card.
Yeah, you brought an absolutely good point there. I forgot that Bog Devil Ambush is the bane of existence for a lot of these for these solos. I know it doesn't do a lot to like Mountain Dead Rights or like Lord of Dragonstone, but against like Watch Marshals and even the dogs, like a vulnerable token from one of the dogs, plus a Bog Devil Ambush could mean like a dead dog.
Yep, I think that card combined with Walder Frey is why you see these Halland lists so popular. Not only is Halland good with his free NCU influence, but when you consider what Bog Devil Ambush can do in that Stark Mirror match, you can really, with Walder Frey and Bog Devil, you can really just kill 3 dogs remotely. There's not a whole lot that you can do about it. And it happens at activation. So you and I both, coming from a Lannister background, I know you played Lannisters for a bit. So surely you've seen the Paid Mutiny kill them on their activation play. And Halland actually has 2 cards that can do this. He can force a panic test with -1 for each destroyed rank. If you're in long range of a Kranigman unit, you become panicked. So it's a very real danger to finish off a damaged unit with the panic test. And Bog Devil Ambush obviously has real threat value. So Halland's cards, if you look at them as a kind of a newer player, they don't seem that powerful, but in practice, they're actually quite scary. So
any source
seeing
of
some
like
really precise
any source
positioning
of like
here
damage in this game,
from Claw.
especially from like tactics card is good. That's why like the Lannister basic deck is rather scary because of the Paid Mutiny. And of course, not a lot of decks have these sort of auto wounding effect. We have Howland for sure. We have the Lannister Paid Mutiny. We don't have a lot of other things that basically punishes your opponent for existing, basically.
Yep, just for activating. Punishing you for
activating.
playing the game.
Mm-hmm. So thanks for the follow, Grusaluk13. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Claw very conscious of positioning here. Yeah, it's a very good discipline that Claw is doing because as we can see, he already earned 1 point, and the conscript is already basically holding the egg on that particular objective. I think if Claw is just patient in his games, he can easily like lose 1 or 2 conscript, but by having the corpse pile basically on his court and where he basically gets the full access of those with his field commander. He can start like cascading and just getting like 2 points, 3 points per turn, and not a lot of things that Bob can do against that.
And again, just kind of reiterating one of the strengths of conscripts. I've talked with Mickey and Carlo at length about this. One of the strengths with conscripts is that they're something like free folk raiders for Night's Watch, except for with the vows, they're actually tougher to kill than what they should be. They're not super easy to one shot because you've got Shield of the Realms of Men, and there's not a whole lot of risk for putting it on them, because if you have watches ended, you can just get this vow back. If you've got Horn that Wakes the Sleeper and control the letters, you can swap that vow off of the conscript onto one of your more important units. Conscripts are they're really good, and kind of annoyingly good. It's a classic situation where they weren't really bad before, and they could have gotten one of two buffs to make them better. They could have been allowed to take vows, and I think that alone would have been enough. Allowing them to take vows and adding insignificant, I just feel like they maybe overcompensated a little bit for that, right? And it's something that we've seen before, where Stark Outriders went to hitting on 3+ and gaining bushwhacked, where one or the other probably would have been sufficient. And then now you see something like Outriders are just so powerful. So Bob has, I'm assuming this is a swift advance, yes. So I think
okay,
he's
so
going
we're seeing the first, well, not exactly the first real play, but a big play incoming. We're seeing Swift Advance being played out, and onwards to, does he have also Devastating Impact? I think he has Devastating Impact.
Or perhaps just owning the horse, he gets a reroll on this charge. And so he's movement 6 right now.
He does have a Devastating Impact. Yep. Ooh.
The Wombo. Oh, no, he's playing Winter is Coming.
And also Winter is Coming?
No, just Winter is Coming, no Dev Impact. So he'll need a 3, but he gets a reroll because he owns the horse.
Ooh.
So he's movement 6 now.
Oh, he's going to need to
There's
reroll
that fail. I'm going to reroll it.
He just needed 2+ though. All right, he gets it.
Yep, he got it.
Woo!
Very smart.
I saw a 2 and it's like, oh no.
Doesn't seem like a big deal, but Bob actually re-rolling this charge distance dice instead of taking 2 dice and rolling them at the same time like you see guys do with counter plots and Swift Advance. This is the way you're actually supposed to do it. Carlo's in the chat, so he can appreciate the fact that rolling both dice, if you roll something like a 3 and a 2, you don't know which one's the final roll. So just a general kind of shout out to the guys listening. When you have an effect that lets you re-roll a dice, just re-roll the single d6.
All right, we're seeing basically 1 crit and 3 misses. He's just gonna re-roll those hits, and I think 9. That's 9. Ouch! 9 hits on a 5+. Ooh.
At the low cost of 2 wounds. Yep. No winners, and Winter is Coming has stopped any Shield of the Realms of Men play.
Okay, so it took 7 wounds.
They have 1 wound left.
They have 1 wound left. Oh no.
Yeah.
He has to survive the panic test here, otherwise that unit is just dead. Oh, ooh, huge.
Yeah, he didn't take off enough wounds. I think Bob's pointing that out. They have taken 4, and then 7 here.
The Wombo combo with the Swift Advance and Winter is Coming, so no defense stars, no shield, no nothing. And oh no, he failed the panic test.
That's huge.
Oh no.
That's a really huge tempo swing.
Amazing play here from Lord Commander Bob. Just Swift, like he found a weakness in Claw's play and just run through it and like hit it.
Stark stuff. Now he's got Sworn Swords behind his lines.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's tough. And it's not, and also he's under Winter is Coming, so no Watcher, and now his watch is ended, no nothing. That's not even like an infantry unit, so no corpse piles. Oh, this is super huge.
Yep, very very tough break there with that charge.
Oh man, I mean,
Winter's
like
coming.
He know that. I mean, okay. To be fair, Claude did sort of know that he might have either of those 2, right? Like a Swift Advance or Devastating Impact. I would have probably hit it a bit like behind here. But he chose to sort of put it in like a very undefended spot. I know it's in a deployment zone, but it's like, All right. So we're seeing now like the Bowmans here making an attack.
Looks like they're shooting into the conscripts here.
Yep. So we're seeing 5 hits. So
Yep.
savings. Oh man, and then just the Bowman can just like pick them off like one at a time.
Yeah, if he fails the panic test, he'll drop the token, and then Bob could potentially go up and steal it with Summer.
And now he has to make a panic test at 9.
Yep.
Oh, and he took like
That's
the
a
maximum
fail.
amount of
Crit
damage as
fail,
well.
yep.
Oh my! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Stark stuff, man. It's Stark stuff.
Oh, just envelop and surround. Oh, this is looking like a massacre.
He might even send Summer in and play skin changing and wipe these conscripts out.
Yeah, I mean, why
looks
not?
like a watcher on the wall.
Yep. It looks like a watcher on the wall, but he has been
Alistair.
activated. Oh, he's gonna relocate to that position.
Getting out of dodge.
Okay.
So he's going to shoot these sworn swords in the flank, I think.
Well, assuming the Sworn Sword doesn't activate first next turn.
Well, I don't think he's activated Alistair, so he can shoot them right now.
I'm seeing an activation token now on him.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sworn Sword's activated because they played Swift Advance. Oh, Alistair did activate? Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. He moved him. You're right.
Yep, we're seeing basically classic Stark stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. One undefended
Yeah.
flank, and then you just basically roll into it.
If Bob
you played
charges
Watcher on the
Summer
wall.
here, wouldn't be surprised at all to see Bob charge Summer. Sansa, grab this other winner is coming. Do skin changing up to 5 hits on these conscripts. Oh, nope, that's the end of the round. I guess he's activated Summer.
Yeah. He has activated.
Okay.
Yeah, he activated them quite early, just as a pass token.
Okay. Never mind. I should pay more attention to activation tokens.
It's okay, Brett. It's not as bad as you, who doesn't like use activation token. These people actually like
Yeah.
activation token when they play.
Yeah, I think I saw in the stream someone said classic Brett because I wait until after the panic test to pull my wounds off. And
Yep.
I'm pretty bad at minding my activation tokens
So
as well.
both player discarding 1 card here. And now it is round 3. It is now the activation of Bob. So Bob now has basically full control of the board as far as I'm seeing. Even though that he has only 1 Varys token left and Claw has 3, but now he has basically full reign on the board. He can just do whatever you want. And this doesn't
really bad for those trackers to die. That's 1/5 of his army, and he was really counting on that unit to do a lot of damage. Now Bob, he can't YOLO per se. He can't just go recklessly charging in, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some pretty aggressive play by Bob this round.
Yep.
Just these conscripts are near death, and he might just go all in here and try to kill them off.
Thanks for the follow, Carl West Coast Bannerman. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. So now it is round 3. Even though don't let the points fool you off. It is still only 1-1 round 3. However, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Stark units on the battlefield, while the Night Watch player only has 4 units left. Oh dear. And now Bob is deciding what he wants to do for the first activation. He can do a lot of things. He can block off the money back. He can take the sword to activate the bowman and shoot at the conscript. He can do a lot of things. He can even activate the Sworn Sword first and just charge straight into the backline of the conscript. So
I would like to see it. If he's going to make that move, if he charges into the back and they live, then he's got these bowmen to counterattack him.
Oh no, does he have another Swift Advance?
Well, he's got Sansa, so he's got it. So he's going to Swift Advance and charge the flank.
Oh, I think this is a
Yeah,
mistake.
that's bad.
Oh, this is a mistake that Claw basically puts the Alistair into the Swift Advance range, because now he can just activate with Swift. Oh no.
Yep, very easily getting into the flank here.
Oh yeah, Sansa. Yeah, Sansa, man. Just the ability to take 1 card from the graveyard is just
Yep.
with the power of basically Stark's basic deck. You could just you have basically
Yep.
3 Swift Advances.
Yep, and this is a good move by Bob.
Yeah, Bob has.
I was going to
recovered.
say if he was going to charge the cons, he could have taken the Swift to get into their flank, but the killing the bowman is way more important. If he gets rid of the trackers and the bowman, I don't think Claw has the legs to really carry on.
Yeah, so Bob is contemplating what he does here. He still hasn't activated anything, but I think the play is quite clear. He's just gonna
Yeah.
activate them and a swift advance, and then charge into the flank of the crossbowman here. Oh dear.
And he can comfortably do it.
Yep. And we're seeing it right now.
Yep, only 5 this time, not 6.
Yeah, but he just needs.
But
like,
he'll
what,
still-
one, two,
he just
three-
needs to
it
roll
is-
a 2.
It is auto in, right? It just need a 2. Oh no, it's not auto in, but it's
Yeah,
he just need a 2.
I think he needs a 2.
Yep. Yep. That's a clear 2. It's slightly above 6. Well, there could be some miracles. There could be some miracles. He could roll 1. But
Yeah, if these bowmen die here, this is a really tough
like
break.
Brett,
but
he could roll 1. Like you
he could roll a 1. Like I did. I
Like
rolled
you
2
did.
ones.
Double 1s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Double 1s at the most clutch moment. And then the chat erupted in laughter.
All right, so now we're seeing the charge here with 2+, and it's a 1.
Oh, it's a 1.
Oh no, what's with the reroll? What?
He shouldn't have a reroll. He doesn't own the horse.
Wait, what? Wait, why he rolls a 2? Oh, I think he just got tilted and go. Oh darn it! All right,
Yeah.
so we're seeing a bit of
gotta
break
stay
here
an
from
inch
Claw.
away.
He did roll
He's
a
too-
1 in the charge.
He's too close. He's got to be an inch
Yep,
away.
he's got to be slightly out. Oh man, oh that would have been
and
disastrous.
he's also got to take
He
gotta
also
take
has
a
to take a
panic
panic
test,
test, but like, okay, so one small
No,
break
they
here from Claw.
forgot the panic test.
Yep, he needs to take a panic test here.
That's huge. He needs to take this panic test. There you go.
Okay, I think Claw just remembered. And we haven't seen
Oh,
any
no!
dice succeeds. What is this?
How punishing was this failed charge?
Well, when you say you need, okay, so if Raymond from Anything But Once is watching, this is literally the scenario that your channel is all about. It's Anything But Once. Okay, he did succeed the Paris roll, so that's a bit of a break there. But ooh.
Oh, he's taking the crown to make sure Walder pops off. He's shutting off Bran and Hodor. Very smart.
Ah, smart.
I fully agree with that move.
Ah.
Fully.
Oh. Well,
Oh, deciding the backs.
well, he might think that basically, because Bob's not gonna go for crown, right? I think that's what he's thinking. He's not gonna go for crown this round.
That's fair.
I think he's just
Yeah.
gonna go for like letters or even like sword. Like sword is like way open. So I think he's playing it on the off chance that he's not gonna do it. So now he's gonna do a Varys test. So Bob has now ran out of Varys token, and now Claw's using his second Varys token, and we're seeing basically the counter. He's
Yep,
for sure is
2 for
gonna
2.
block the. Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The heck
he
just
doesn't want these
happened.
crossbows shooting
Well,
twice.
Stark's the Sorn Sword decided to charge, needed a 2+, he rolled a 1. And then he took a panic test, and then he lost like 3 more guys. But yeah, what is this? The
Yeah, he blocked the zone, so Howland's going
Yep.
on the crossbowman.
Yep. So now they're hitting on a 4+. So now Claw gets to decide where he
Ah,
wants to-
there's a horn.
Finally, the
Finally
first
see a
horn of
horn.
the game! And now Claw is trying to decide whether he wants to take a crown, horse, or letter. He's just gonna straight up
Yeah,
take a letter.
absolutely take the letters. Weaken the bowman.
Mm-hmm. And then the conscript can heal 2 now.
Yep.
Which exactly.
They heal 2 there. They'll heal 3 when they activate. So
Nice.
he's avoided some tragedy here.
Yep. Godfang is saying that 2+ is the hardest roll to make in the game. Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
You need
just
a 5+ to
unbelievable.
charge? We got you, buddy. You need a 2+? Never. So now he's using his
you
third
want-
Varys token. And the
Ooh,
dice
where do you
gods-
want to see Sansa go down here?
Blocking the crown would be decent. Oh no, he just took the letter. Okay, so yeah, exactly like So he basically did exactly what I said. He basically waited for like the crown zone to happen. So now he's just going to attempt to finish off those crossbowmen. Sorry, the swords.
Yep.
Looking at a 7.
Yeah. Oh look, Bob's got my.
He
Bob
changed his
picked up on
dice,
my juju.
and
He switched
automatically he succeeded. Oh, okay. So the chat here, basically, we now have a dice juju thing happening. Like, if you're rolling bad, just change your dice, guys. Like, it's, don't use the default dice. You use like whatever team that you support. I always use my humble onion smugglers dice, and they have worked absolutely perfect for me. All right, so
Do you stick with dice the whole time, or do you corner them when they're being uh, rolling horribly?
Well, I mean, my real life dice is the dice that I've been using, and I've only have one set of those, so I don't think I can like I'm in any position to like threaten them when they perform badly. So I'm sticking with that one dice. All right, so okay, some interesting things happening. So now Bob has to make a decision whether he wants to pass the token here with Varys, and just let Claw take the initiative, or he could like immediately activate with the Bowman and attempt to finish off the conscripts. Or what he also could do is just make an alpha striking with any of those two units into the conscripts. But again, if the conscript does survive, they will just heal 3 on activation. So we'll have to see what Bob does here. Will be interesting either way. He could also just pass the token here with Summer, or pass the token here with Stormcrow Mercenaries. So he does have basically 2 pass tokens that he can do, especially also with Varys. So we'll have to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. If I haven't seen it come down yet, but a ruthless approach would nearly, not quite guarantee, but it would really hurt for this shot. He's back to hitting on 3s. With a ruthless approach, they would be saving on 6s, -1 to their defense, and they would need to make a panic on an 8 because he owns the crown. So just some food for thought there. I absolutely love and hate ruthless approach as a card. I love it when I own it. I hate it when my opponent owns it. It is such a punishing card.
So I think we're going to see Rickon attempt to just march into the objective to claim it.
Nope.
Maybe. Well,
Bob owns the swords, so there's the go down fighting bait if he moves Rickon up.
But I mean, like, he does still have like Varys as an NCU to basically blank his activation, so he doesn't have to activate them first. He could just like
Bob does not have to be in a rush to do anything.
Yeah,
maybe he's just seeing what his options are.
Okay.
So did Bob use Sansa to grab that swift advance? I think that he did.
He should. We see the Sansa being flipped, so I think that's a yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, people who play with their cards, can do things like that. I don't play with cards, so I just do my
and
Sansa
basically, like what the idea was that he has only 3 cards in hand and he didn't grab a letter, so basically it was all from the graveyard.
Yeah.
So he chose to activate the Mira. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, he's choosing to activate the Berserkers. What? Okay. There's some clicking action happening. Clicking action.
I think he's shooting with the Bowman.
Yep. Let's go, Bob. Like. Ohio meta overall, says Iron Chiro from the chat here. How many Varys each player has used? Bob has used all of it. Claw still has 1 order tokens left.
Not sure that this was the right move from Bob. We'll have to see how it plays out. But if he has another Watcher on the wall,
that's only
these
4
conscripts
hits.
Get in the rear.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll see. He's saving on a 6.
Yep.
Oh, he survived. 2 dead.
Yep.
Oh, on a 5. Never mind. And has to make a panic test at 10, which he failed. Oh, he succeeds. Easy. Okay, so
passed on a 9.
Oh no, it's a pathetic attempt.
Oh no.
Oh no.
D3+1 wounds.
And splat. Oh
man, what type of luck is that?
What is this game? Things are just dying the way they're not supposed to die.
Yep, absolutely not. Looks like we're not seeing a Watcher on the wall come down.
No, but we're seeing what is this?
Looks like a charge. Yep, conscripts into the Berserkers.
He's just going to tie in the Berserkers, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still baiting for that corpse pile.
Yep,
he should try to get a lead.
Because right now, like, nobody's... Okay, so I think if the game progresses to a bit later... Okay, we'll have to see whether the crossbowman can finish off the swords. And I think Claw has to be really careful also of Nort Remembers. If he's not careful, like, the Berserker can still charge in and do a lot of damage. And then, Nort Remembers, and then the conscript line just vanish. So even though that we're looking right now is that Claw seems to be gating the position back to where it was maybe like last turn, But if he's not careful here, he could just like walk into like the Not Remember trap.
Yep.
All right, we're seeing the charge here. Some charge action from the conscript. What's with the D3? People, stop rolling the D3. I'm getting OCD about this.
3 hits. Let's see if these cons are punching above their weight class. He's added 1 more dice because they have 7 attacks, not 6.
Uh-huh. So he's just... Okay, so this is the dice mojo here. He's just re-rolling... Oh, what is... Stop rolling the D3.
He's re-rolling the one that he missed, so he's
Uh-huh.
got 4 out of 7 so far, so now he'll just re-roll these 3.
Some interesting rolling action here. Will this contribute to the dice juju here, Brett? Will this like matter in like the grand rolling? All right, it does matter.
It did. 6 out of 7.
Easy. Remember, guys, if
Really
you trust
nice.
in your dice mojo, things will work out extremely well for you.
Let's see what Bob does.
Hashtag believe. Yeah, 4 dead, not bad.
4 wounds. Making
One rank
Berserker
down.
stronger. Not juju enough. No,
Not
he's
juju
going with
enough.
his panic
He
dice.
just needed 3.
Oof, just got it. Well, he
needs
only needed a 3 because
yeah.
the weirwood.
Easy rolling.
Yeah, but Bob's looking at these dice like, what? This was my sworn swords. They're dead. I can't trust any of these dice.
So just people in the chat, these are actually berserkers. I know they look just like blocks, but they are berserkers. And the way that
They're
Claw is-
berserkers for me.
and the way that so I was about to say like I don't like this play of charging with the conscript first, because then he allows the second berserker now to walk in. If for example like he activates like maybe either these conscripts first or maybe like these crossbowmen first, he could like so now this conscript has to sort of take 2 hits from the berserkers. Oh, that's a bad roll though. It's only like 5 hits.
5 hits out of 8. That's not. You should average somewhere between 5 and 6. So that's not horrible.
Okay. He 4 dead.
Claw making 1 save.
Mm-hmm. So panic test at 8.
Yep, I can't tell if he's within 6 of that tree or not. They're measuring.
Yeah.
He passed either way.
Yeah. Well, he's just 6. Nice. Oh, is this going to be another watcher on the wall? Because he's measuring.
Yeah. He's got his ruler out like an
Oh.
old teacher. Gonna smack Bob's knuckles.
Oh,
Nope.
what is this? Oh, he's just activating.
Crossbows.
Okay, finally now he activates the crossbowman here. He's not gonna shift back, but I think they should shift because well, he doesn't
Bob's
have
too
to
close.
shift. Bob should shift back, but I think so yeah.
Currently, he can't be charged in the front, so.
So
Oh, look at that. 5 hits.
4 hits because of the Howlin.
No, he's got a +1 to hit because they're minus a rank.
Because of no save,
Oh.
6 dead, 1 left.
Wait, why did he roll 6?
Wait, what? He should be only
Why
saving
did
5,
he roll
right?
6?
Oh, I think
Yeah, he rolled 6 dice.
Okay, okay, fine. Oh, he succeeds the roll.
Oh, they passed.
Okay. Whew.
That could end up being for the better. If you're worried about the North Remembers, it's better to kill these guys next round. Because
I mean,
remember, these guys will generate a corpse pile.
Yeah, and it will be
Of
just
course,
out of
Bob
the
would
way
put it
for
far-
Claw.
Bob would put it far away, but
Man, two like what is happening in this game? This seems to be all right. I was ready to count Claw out already. Start of round 3, but at 2+ charge, bah! That
Yeah,
gave me a tear in my eyes.
if Bob makes that charge, I feel like these crossbowmen are basically screwed. I mean, a 6+ defense, you've got Alistair's order, but it's just the sheer volume of hits. So
Just one cry for me. One single tear running down my
Looks like
eyes
he's-
from the
he's
field.
doing a shift.
2+
Looks
charge. Oh yeah,
Maybe.
but like we'll see though, because next turn, I think the Berserker will just charge at the conscript now and try to finish this off. It is still 8 dice, hitting on 3+.
Yep.
So a real
Yeah.
good chance of killing those conscripts.
Yep.
We'll have to see. This might be again another debate here from Claw. He might have the North. And now his watch has ended. But then if Claw then activates his crossbow to finish off the Sworn Sword, then it could be like North the North remembers trigger. So it's a debt on debt Jenga here. Like,
Yeah. So you as a player, just out of curiosity, do you play with this type of caution for just in case they have this
Yeah.
card, or do you just play the game? And because I know we
depends.
talked to Rossi, and Rossi said that he just plays the game the way he's going to play. He's not scared of what cards that you have. So Rossi in this case would do everything to kill these Sworn Swords.
Oh, but if you see Rossi in the chat here, he says he should not kill them.
Okay.
So maybe Rossi had a bit of a change of heart here.
He had a change of heart since our podcast.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's real though. I mean, okay. So whether I am going to kill them or not, basically it depends on how much it will mess me up if I do kill them and they have it. So it's a bit of sort of okay. So okay, let's talk about this situation right now. Say that the conscript dies from the charge, right? You then deactivate, you reactivate the crossbowman, you kill this, and then this berserker will reactivate. And then this berserker will then charge into this conscript line right here. And then basically, there you go. Like already 2 units gone, and you have like a wounded conscript on your left, and a crossbowman basically holding the ground. Even say next turn, Claw then takes the sword to shoot the berserkers, 7 dice, it will have to hit all of them to one-shot these guys. And then they just charge straight in with full 10 dice, and this unit is most likely gone. So he has to be really careful here.
Well, here's a consideration. If these guys die and he has Watches Ended, he can take Varus. No, Bob hasn't activated his Varus. Never mind.
Yeah, he could
I was
just
going to say you have the choice to remove an NCU off of the board. So I wonder if Bob has thought about that, keeping Varus off of the board. So if he plays Watches Ended, then
you mean
No,
Claw,
no.
right?
excuse me, I'm sorry.
It is a
disregard
possibility.
my
He could-
idiocy right now.
He could.
If he kills these guys, he could pull Walder off the board and
Okay,
then heal
we see a
and
card
put
being
Walder on
we
a
see a
different
card being played here. I believe
Probably
that is sorry.
devastating impact.
That's Devas. Yep. So 2 auto wounds. So 8 dice on a 3+. So that's a Devas. Reroll because he's charging, and then reroll from the. Oh, okay. All of them seem to hit. So this
So you've
conscript.
got to make.
Yep, that's the reroll from the weekend.
Weekend. Oh, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll. So 7 saves at 5s.
So he's got to save. He's got to save 2 and pass the panic.
He does save 2. Well, save 3.
Save 3 comes down to the panic.
Yep, he is within 6 inches, so it is looking for 7. If you play War Machine, it is the average roll of 2 dice, 2d6. We'll have to see his averages. Okay.
Oh, he got it.
Ooh, easy average roll here from Claw. Oh, he's playing a card, and it is.
Oh, I guess he failed.
Oh, he
I guess
failed.
they decided he wasn't in range,
And he
and
plays
he's
now.
going for the.
And now his watch has
Yep.
ended. Yeah. Oh, he wasn't in range. I thought he
Yeah.
was in range.
deactivating Alistair.
Yep. All right, now we're seeing the debt Jenga here plays out.
Yep.
Bob
2
needs to
cards.
search
What do you
for-
think, Van?
Okay,
Does
hold
he have
on.
North
There needs to be
members?
some cleanup here first. Claw needs to put down a corpse pile, and then Bob needs to do the search for from the berserkers.
Yeah, he's shifting up the bowman.
I see both player maybe like miss those triggers. Okay, I think they missed that trigger. So
Yeah.
Claw should have put it a corpse pile within range of the dead conscripts. So now
Yep.
this is just a pot shot from the archers. We're seeing 3 hits onto the conscript, I assume. Oh man!
He's measuring for the corpse
he's
pile.
remembering it now. Has to be completely within the long range of the destroyed unit, right? Not colliding with any terrain or unit. And then Bob needs to. Then Bob's have an option to search for it with that action. I think Claw needs to charge the SS to get repositioned to fire into archers next turn. Yeah. So Bob has devastating impact the whole time. Yeah. He has devastating impact. Swift advance. Winter is coming. The whole shebang from Stark here.
Yeah, he's had a pretty solid hand, to be honest.
And we see
Bob
an
has.
Alistair card being played. Oh, never mind. He decides to not play it. But that's a ruthless. That's a pathetic attempt. Seeing their flaws. So he's gonna put
Nice.
Panic and Vulnerable.
Yep.
And not within long range, not within short range of Alistair units. So he's just gonna discard that card. I don't think you really want to recycle that card anyway. So now the Berserker has been activated, but of course the Death Jenga probably still is not finished yet. I would probably. He'll charge with Alistair and search his token. It is a possibility, but however, it does open up him to basically not remembers with this Berserker, right? Unless he can position his conscript the way that basically it blocks off the charges from the conscript, but then he can just activate this conscript. What I'm thinking he will do, Chris, is that I would shoot Berserkers, and then next turn he took the sword, and then finish off the sword. I think that will be like the most tempo play that he can do, and no Varus token, meaning and no Not Remembers can be triggered with that play. So that would be like probably like the play I would do.
Well, he could heal if he chose to go that route with the North Remembers.
Well, I mean, Not Remembers is not a dead card at the moment, but yeah, it's looking like that. So he's just gonna charge with the conscript. I think he should get the a bit of a misplay here from Claw. He should have positioned the corpse pile into basically the charge range into these guys so that when he charges it, okay, he's going to reposition the Berserkers? Question mark. Oh, he forgot the a lot of take back Cs in this game, but I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing a new objective being drawn up. This one is position while controlling. So that's quite legit for the conscript, which because they don't really have any like offensive capabilities at all.
Right. I'm so confused as to what's going on.
I know. I mean, I'm trying to pay attention, but there's just so many take backsies. I think like they didn't do a lot of cleanup during this activation. Placing the corpse pile, playing the this thing, and playing that thing. So Claw is gonna activate the conscript. He's gonna heal 3 first, and then take. Oops, I cannot contract. That one is Crown of Traps.
So
minus 2
Bob
speed.
Decided not to search forth with the Berserkers.
I think so. He decides not to search for the Berserker. He's just gonna stand still. So that conscript looks like is going to just take the objective, and just chill.
Yeah.
What I'm interested. Okay, so the 1 inch actually matters in the circumstances because now the Alistair cannot shift to shoot at this Berserkers.
Yep.
So a bit of a take back thingy here. Yeah, so I think it's fine if both player agrees on it. I think there's nothing much we can do. But yeah, it's just a bit confusing for people in the chat especially and people watching this because there's just a lot of there's just arrows, there's just cars on the field, and like, Carl's like, what the heck just happened now? Yeah. It's just a lot of maintenance that these guys forget to do.
Yeah, it looked like Bob searched forth, and then the conscripts charged, but they kind of reset the clock on that whole thing. So I'm not really sure if that was maybe Bob checking to see if the crossbows would be in range. See, he can't do that. Unless he's going to tell Bob that he's too close and then make him pull back an inch like he should have at the beginning of the turn.
So Brett, I'm going to take like 2 minutes. Why don't you continue for a bit?
Sure. I'll continue with my confusion because this is kind of a big deal, what's happened here with these Sworn Swords being too close. And I'm still confused why he's moved the bows a little bit because they've activated. It's like he failed the charge into the Berserkers. I'm so confused. I'm just confused why he surged forth and then didn't follow another pass panic. Didn't follow through with that. No clue. Bob's going to activate and pass with Varus. Bob has the mercenaries to go. Yep. So I think we're going to find out if he's got the North Remembers or not. Looks like he's going to go ahead into these Sworn Swords 9 dice hitting on 3s.
People need to really stop rolling those D3s when they shouldn't.
Looks like we're gonna find out if he's got the North Remembers because
All
he's
right.
chosen to shoot crossbows. He failed the charge here. He went for the Berserkers and rolled a 1.
Ah, okay, interesting. Well,
Yep.
back
That's
at
Swords.
you, I assume. And is the last
Yeah.
card is not remembers? Is it? It doesn't look like it. It's not.
Nope.
Oh,
It is not.
it's not. Okay, dodge a bullet there for Claw.
So I'm confused about this Crannog Traps play, and then he didn't even move his conscripts. Or did he play Crannog Traps? You said that he did, right?
On the conscript on the left.
Yeah, these ones?
Yep.
So that would have put him down to movement 2. He should still been able to march in and pick up this token. So I'm confused about that whole play in general.
Yeah, I think like I know that there's just a lot of take backsies because I think what happened was that these guys activated and then shoot the conscript here, and then he activated, and then you got Crannog Traps. But then those guys didn't realize that there's a bit of maintenance thing within here, so they sort of have to take back everything, and then it's just like that.
Oh, okay.
So sorry for the weird commentary here, guys. Just a lot of
Yeah,
players
because-
take backsies and everything, which is perfectly fine.
am.
It is a game where I guess both players are just sort of cordially fighting each other, but it does get confusing especially if we're just watching this as a third party. Okay, so now back to proper activation. So no note remembers. The Stormcrow Mercenary is going to charge into this corpse pile and take the objective. There is now 2 objectives on this side. This one is vicious while controlling, and this one is precision while controlling. So
Do you have any reason why he activated these conscripts and didn't do anything?
I think he just wants to take back, just move slightly to the back and just heal off. Is what I'm saying here.
So that the
Yeah.
he
So he's
didn't
playing
want to be charged
he
by the
played a
mercenaries.
second, seeing their flaws. All right, so that was the end of round 3. So just the condition still hasn't improved significantly here for Claw. All the corpse piles have now been on play. We see 2 right here. The condition is now 2-2. It is now going to round 4 with Claw having the activation and 1 Varys token left here. So I think straight up, Claw is just gonna. I think he's just gonna measure to see whether he can shoot the Berserkers or even the Berserkers on the right. Claw playing back foot, not getting points with his commander. Yeah, it's. I don't think he was. Well, he can be in a position where he charged the Sworn Sword and then search for into the objective, but I think he's just afraid that there's 2 Berserkers on the right corner there. So I think I understand his hesitation, but he's not using the commander effect to the full benefit here because he's just sitting in the back doing nothing. And I don't agree with the commander choice. I think I'm seeing why he chose this because he can threaten like from back range, but I think JR commander would just do him like very, very well. And I think Brett mentioned earlier that I think Claw is probably afraid of also the Buck Devil ambush on the Watch Marshal. So yeah, I mean, and his second list has 2 Watch Marshals, so that's easy VP for like to be farmed right there. So yeah, I can understand his hesitation. But now we're seeing round 3. I think Claw is measuring whether he can start shooting things out with a sword. Oh,
I disconnected.
yep, the server seems to disconnect. Hopefully they can restart this. So, all right. So chat, how's it hanging? awkwardly,
who-
awkwardly looking into the chat, going, "Sup, guys?"
Yeah. Who
So
else
how's
is that
everyone
now?
this morning, evening? We have 22 viewers in the chat. Thank you all for joining. I missed the follow. Thank you for the follow, Papa Bolton. Oh, we won the game, Brett. We won the game.
We won the game.
We won the game.
What game did we win?
The game of they just end the stream like they don't want to be commented by us anymore. So yeah,
Oh,
we it was such a bad game to stream that they just like, you know what, that's it, we're out. Alright, peace out.
they probably just got They got tired of listening to me, is what happened.
I'm just thinking that Claw has me on his earphone going like, what the hell is F1 saying? Like, what is this noob talking?
So just looking at the state of the board as we remember when the game crashed. What do you
What?
how do you like Claw?
You mean before the void takes over? Like, it is the end of the world. Like, the North just got destroyed. What are you on about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the all-ending void just consumes the battlefield. I mean, we're talking about like endgame scenario right there. I'm not sure they can restart the entire game right now. Man.
Yeah, just restart the whole game. That's probably the most fair thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, they should just start from zero, right?
You know, going into this game, in discussing with Bob, we really felt very certain that Claw was going to run his Gior list. So I think Bob and I, for sure, are surprised by this list choice, even considering the Bog Devil ambush situation, just because of that one-shot potential that those two units of Sworn Brothers have.
You have been invited to a game by Claw. All right, it seems that but I don't think I can join from the Steam overlay. I'm just gonna wait for. So yeah, guys, if you guys check out Dragonstone, there are spoilers, quote unquote, for Kingsmen. There's been some unit pictures and descriptions and everything in Discord. So yeah. We are patiently waiting for a new article. They did mention that the Baratheon one is gonna be on. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think today's a Thursday, so we're gonna have it later today or not. I do wish we have new articles. I want to play with Baratheon. I wanna make battle reports with Baratheon.
You know, if it's any indication, I'm in the OTTG server, and Chase had mentioned that they recorded a podcast this week. So as you know, he does podcasts with the developers. So I would expect the article to drop today. I would expect that they did their recording and it should drop. So something else to be excited about today.
All right, hold on. What was the password that I mentioned earlier for the server? Something
it
about
was
Night's Watch.
2 words. It was 2 words smushed together, and there was no space. Oh my gosh!
Oh, the watch. Thanks, Godfang.
The watch.
The watch. Let's see if this works. Oh, the realm has been restarted. All right.
How far back did the dials set them back?
All right. I shall be gray.
No, I'm gonna be pink. I'm gonna jump in and sabotage this game for somebody.
Wait. I can't click on the gray button. Oh no, what's happening here? As we can see, guys, we see that the all-encompassing void has now swallowed out the game. So I don't think we can continue to stream this game because the game is now in full lockdown alert. I can't click on this. I'm gonna have to disconnect and reconnect. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, it's not fully loaded up for me either. So.
Okay.
Oh, it's coming around. It's coming around for me.
Oh, all right. I'm just gonna rejoin the server. Hold on.
Okay. It's loading really slow. Nope, it failed me.
Moral of the story: conscripts are OP. The table morphed into mahjong. Well, Chris, I mean, we could continue with a game of mahjong straight up after this. Mahjong is a fun game. Like we should play it. The table morphed into mahjong. Yeah, I mean, like old Asian ladies playing mahjong in their spare time, with the tiles. Yep, this is what's happening in the game. Just an all-encompassing void. I hope they can resolve the situation because the game is just basically started. Like there's nothing really happening. So
yeah, Bob just told me that he's not able to connect back into it either. I've exited the game as well because it just failed.
All right. Well, we'll just have to wait slightly a bit. Hi guys, let's talk for a bit then. Okay, so yeah, Chase have recorded the Steam P2P session failed with Brett. Okay, I'm about to be disconnected here as well, most likely. All right, well we'll just have to wait until they give us the new room. Bob mentioned to me that basically he has a call at 10. And I think if basically the game doesn't finish up until like 9:50 a.m., I think we're just going to have to basically pause the game. So I think
Yeah,
we'll have to see what happens here. If the game can be
I
finished in
think
like
that's
30 minutes.
I think that's probably going to happen either way. I don't know that this game will be over in 30 minutes.
All right. I just have a question, guys. Want mate? What? Sorry, Rossi, you're going to have to repeat your question. What metal song is the entry song of Sunday Slaughter? Well, there you go, Chris. So yeah, we'll have to see whether both players can reconnect. Otherwise, that the game is going to be paused because Bob has to leave in about 27 minutes. No, 37 minutes. If not, then they'll just play out the game for another half an hour. But I think looking at the condition of the board, for the game to finish in about 30 minutes, either Claw has to be fully wiped from the board, or it's just gonna be a slogfest. But yeah. Any news from Bob from your side, Brett?
It's probably it doesn't look really very good for Claw, to be honest. From what I recall of the board state, you haven't seen Bob play a single sudden charge yet, so Claw's only got one Varus token. If he's managed to pull into a sudden charge, it could end this round very.
Are you
very
seeing my
quickly.
screen right now? It's now a mahjong table.
No, I can't see anything. It's not even showing me the game.
Okay, people in the stream, what game am I playing right now? Ooh, what is this?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
games.
not even. The room's not even giving me an option to connect.
All right. Well, we'll have to wait for another 10 minutes. I think if the player still hasn't connected between the next 10 minutes, I think most likely the game is going to be paused because Bob has to leave in basically like 10 a.m. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see if people in the chat still following this. But yeah, we do have another game that we like to stream happening in about 10 hours from now. It's going to be our Deep Math versus Top Hamot, Mother of Dragon versus Baratheon. We're going to stream it here in wargames.id. It's going to start at 7 p.m. US time, 7 a.m. Indonesian time. That'll be a very interesting match. We're going to have that live tomorrow. Oh, good luck with your game against Griff also, Chris. Is anybody streaming your match? 8 p.m. EST. So that will be basically 8 a.m. the next day. Negative. Well, 8 p.m. EST, which is okay. Unfortunately, yeah. That's the day. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming a race game, so I think it's okay. I'll stream your match sometime, so I can look at how your training regimen is paying off.
Yeah, you'll stream his match so you can laugh at him too.
See, Brett doesn't want to be the only one who loses on stream. And get the entire crowd laughing at him. So he wants you to lose as well, Chris. Okay, maybe not just lose, but lose in a very sort of RNG way, so that it's a super high karma matchup.
Yeah, it's got to be on a crazy dice roller. It doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. I mean, if Bob loses this game, we're gonna chalk it up to that 1-2+ roll that he does.
Yeah, that's what we'll blame it on.
All right,
That's what we'll blame it on.
You need to bounce, Brett?
Yeah, Bob. I think so. Bob's saying that Claw's having connection issues, so I think I think at this point, if Bob's got a meeting at 10, it's kind of delaying the inevitable. And I've got to get to work.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I'm not going to be able to stick around at home until Bob comes back. So I would say we're probably looking at after Bob's meeting, and I should probably be able to join you back again for the last half of the game.
All right. So I guess we'll take a hiatus for the stream right now. Thank you all for joining. This may be like, I think, 3/4 of the match in. Hopefully, if Bob comes back at around 10, he'll be finished at around 10:30. We'll still be able to stream it. If not,
Yep.
then yeah, well, we'll see you guys in about maybe like 1 hour from now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys shortly. Thank you all. Thanks, Brett, for hopping in. We'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah, yep. Just get a hold of me. I'll be in a better position to be able to jump back in.
All right. So see you guys. See you guys in 1 hour. We'll pause the stream right now. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.